It's time to focus on the things you need, the things you deserve. You deserve a healthy body, supplements that get you moving and keep you moving, that make you feel good, look good, do good. And they shouldn't contain GMOs, artificial ingredients, or heavy metals, ever. Supplements that are clinically studied, use proven absorption technologies, are designed by scientists, and are ethically sourced and produced. Supplements with everything you need, nothing you don't. You deserve a company that you can trust, that's dedicated to safe manufacturing practices and third-party testing, that ensures the highest quality of effectiveness from extraction of ingredients all the way to the composition of the packaging. Wait a second. You deserve to see the process. You deserve a company led by a CEO with a deep belief in the power of people, dedicated to inspiring entrepreneurs to achieve success. A company with a phytonutrient chemist and expert on natural molecules who is obsessed with human health and has your best interest in mind to design its products. A board comprised of talented doctors from around the world. You deserve to be surrounded by people you trust and look up to. Empowered ambassadors that inspire wellness every day. Leaders who are rooting for you to be the best version of yourself. A community that works hard and plays hard. You deserve to experience adventures that take you around the world, and you deserve to be recognized for your hard work. It's time to get what you deserve. It's time to shift your focus. 3.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whenever and wherever you're tuning in from. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm so excited and honored to be here tonight. What a privilege and opportunity to talk about 3 and the amazing products. We have some amazing testimonials coming up. And I just want to introduce myself. My name is Laura, otherwise known as LJ in this space. More about that a little later, how that nickname came about. And again, I'm just really happy to be here. I'm a single mom of twin teenage girls, and I'm coming to you from Pennsylvania, a little small town, Allentown. If you're familiar with that Billy Joel song, Allentown, that's us. And he sung about us a long time ago. So why am I here? You know, what am I going to share tonight? My background is actually in marketing and higher education. I was in that space for many years. And during that time, I had significant health challenges. You know, even before that, I had significant health problems in college and had some major surgery. And you know, I worked for a while and I just never found my passion. I never really, I was, you know, what I call a soul depleting environment. And I was really searching for a soul enriching environment. And I believe that actually those health challenges pushed me on a different trajectory and a different path. I started learning about alternative ways of healing. And I was moving away from the medical model a bit and seeking out other ways. What else could I do to support myself and really becoming my own advocate? So I started working at a chiropractic office. I quit my job in higher education and started working at a chiropractor's office in Pennsylvania here, and really got to learn about something I had no idea even existed before. So now I basically manage the chiropractic office. We still have a line of whole food nutrition in our office. And we introduced 3 after I said yes to this opportunity. I said yes because my intuition was calling something about this company, the leadership, the mission. And I was on a healing path even more than I could ever imagine. And I want this all for you. So let me introduce our expert tonight, Dr. Stephen Sabo. Welcome.
Hi.
He is currently in Florida, but he was here up in the Northeast for a long time, 28 years, New Jersey, New York emergency medicine doctor. I can't wait to hear a little bit more about that. He is a member, an esteemed member of our scientific advisory board. And he's here to share his knowledge and wisdom with us this evening. Again, it's evening here in Pennsylvania. So welcome.
Thank you. And it's evening here as well in Florida. LJ, it's great to be here. And I remember that Billy Joel song, Living Here in Allentown. I love that. I guess it shows my age with that. But as you said, I worked 28 years as an emergency doctor in New York and New Jersey. And I decided it was time to move on and move to Florida. And I guess we'll talk about that in a few minutes.
So tell us a little bit about why you said yes to 3.
So that's a good question. Let me continue with what I just told you about working 28 years as an emergency doctor. Was in New York and New Jersey, and it was last February, and I told my wife I was looking for a change, that it was time for me to move on from clinical medicine. And I came home one day and I told her I resigned from the hospital. I gave 90 days notice. And while I was finishing up, finishing up in New Jersey. We had decided to move to Florida. We sold the house, and in May of last year, we moved to Florida. And I was trying to decide what was my next chapter. And I got a call from Daniel Picu, who's the owner of our company. And he asked me if I would like to be on the scientific advisory board of a new company that he was forming. That's 3 International. And I said, yes, I would. And so speed it up a little bit. We go to Florida. I get sent to the company convention to speak at in Utah. And he asked the members of the scientific board who would like to go and do the same thing in 2 weeks in Hong Kong. And I looked around and I realized I was the only one without a job, without a medical practice. And so when I raised my hand, I got to go to Hong Kong. And I got to actually on that trip meet one of our guests tonight, who you'll meet in a couple of minutes. And long story short is sometimes in life you have these aha moments. And there I was on stage in Hong Kong talking about the collagen, talking about good health, my words being translated into Mandarin Chinese in front of 3,000 people. And I realized, oh my gosh, I'm looking for something to be passionate about and make a difference like I did for so many years as an emergency doctor. I'm in. This is it. I went back to the States, told my wife, and my wife and I do the business full time. And as you said, I'm a member of the scientific advisory board too. And we have great products. And myself, members of the board, we put our reputations on the line for the products and for the business.
Wow. Yes. It's so interesting how much I can relate to that too. Just wanting to make a change, wanting to make a shift in your life, and listening to that. You truly did listen. And you were the only one without without a job.
That's
So
right.
you kind of maybe by default.
Yes.
So yeah, let's dive into the products a little bit. What do you feel sets these products apart? Like they're like nothing you had seen before.
So that's a really good question. When people approach myself, they approached you. I mean, look, that's what they want to know, right? They want to know what makes this different from a vitamin from Costco or CVS or what have you. What makes these products different? And I always talk about credibility because when LJ, I think you know that I also am an active distributor with my wife. We approach people and talk to them, and I speak to a lot of healthcare providers, a lot of doctors and nurses, et cetera. And so healthcare providers, they want to know about credibility and about, studies and what makes this different. So three areas of credibility that sets us apart. Absorption. A lot of companies will say our products get well absorbed, but there's a reason that this expression exists. All you get from vitamins is expensive urine, because most vitamins, you pee it out. And we have a study that proves that our vitamins, our products get between 3.5 and 9 times more absorbed than a standard curcumin product. So the absorption, we have studies, as I mentioned, the absorption study. We have an epigenetic study, which is a study that tests our products against these genetic markers. These markers can be affected by the environment. They can be affected by foods, and they can be affected by supplements. And our products affected these markers across the board in a positive way, including markers in the brain, such as something called BDNF, including GLP-1, which is that receptor that the famous weight loss drug out there works on to help curb appetite. And by the way, LJ, I don't know if you know people that have lost weight on our products, but it may be partially because of the epigenetics that we're talking about. And so in addition, we have credibility. All our products are in the physician desk reference or the prescriber's digital reference, the PDR. We're the only company to have all the products in there. And our Visage product is the first skin serum that's in the PDR because, and I'm going to talk about this in a little bit, because it actually affects the brain as well. It's a neuro cosmetic. So great areas of credibility, LJ, with our products.
You touched upon the absorption. That's just what I hear from so many folks. And I know, again, we're going to have some testimonials on. And I know for myself, and I can say this, I actually don't have a large intestine anymore. And I'm not even sure, Dr. Sabo, you knew that.
Looking at you, I didn't know that.
And it's one of those things, I actually feel energy. I actually feel different. And, I've been on whole food nutrition before. This is a game changer. That gut, it's affecting the gut so tremendously. And I'm so blessed to be able to have found these products, that they were introduced to me. And for a while I said, no, we have supplements in our chiropractic office. We're not really looking to make a change, but I'm so happy I did, because the energy that I got, the sleep is so much better. And I really feel strongly it has to do with the absorption. And the studies are phenomenal.
Absolutely. I've seen people who have, we'll just say, absorption problems in the gut, and they testify that our products make a difference.
100%. So what are some of your favorite products? It's really hard to choose one, isn't it?
It is. So I'm gonna choose a couple, and then I want to highlight the Visage product because that's going to be the highlight of our talk tonight. But I do want to mention Eternal. By the way, they're all French words, and I don't know if you know, I actually studied medical school for 3 years in France. Bet you didn't know that.
Did not know that.
I'm the only one able to actually pronounce all the products. Anyway, the Eternal is our anti-aging, our longevity product, and it has some great substances in it that help cut down on free radicals, and that's the CoQ10, resveratrol, and the glutathione. Let me just touch base on the glutathione for a minute. As we get older, glutathione levels drop. And so it's important to supplement. And one of the problems is it does not get well absorbed. Now, our Eternal product or Eternal product gets absorbed 95% of the time. A lot of people go to intravenous bars where they get intravenous injections of this product. And we don't have to do that here at 3 because ours gets absorbed 95% of the time. So it's a great product. Revive, or Revive, as they say, contains the most potent anti-inflammatory, natural anti-inflammatory out there, curcumin. Now, curcumin is great for muscle aches, muscle pains, joint pains, and it's really terrific for that. But do keep in mind, and I know you know this, that most people out there are very inflamed from the environment, from the food that we eat, and such. And so it is important, of course, to eat foods that cut down on inflammation, but our curcumin product here, the Revive, cuts down on inflammation in the body. So those are the top two. And now let's talk for a couple minutes about Visage, because we have our Visage launch in Hong Kong beginning in a couple of days. And I will tell you, LJ, that it's a launch with several surprises coming up that I can't talk about, but you'll find out.
That's not fair.
I signed a, what do they call it? NDA. I'm not
NDA.
an NDA. So, what is Visage? Visage is the world's first and only neuro cosmetic. Now, I know that's kind of a mouthful to a lot of people, but what it means is it's a skin serum that you put on your face and it helps with spots and wrinkles, but it gets deep down in the skin and it stimulates the neurons, the nerve cells, which feed back into the brain, causing a release of neurochemicals, DHEA and dopamine. And what does that do? That causes a better sense of well-being. That puts you in a better mood. And this feedback loop then goes back to the skin and stimulates more. And we have testimonials of people that say that they're in a better mood from the product. Now, I'd like to show you a testimonial. Before we get to our testimonials, just show you a quick picture of my wife here. So on the left here, the left side of the picture is my wife, both my wife Gladys. The left side is a week before the product was taken, and the one on the right was 28 days after. And you can see, you know, the improvement. You can see the improvement.
Truly incredible.
And I would say that those pictures came from May and June before anybody else had the product. Because I'm on the scientific board, we had samples ahead of time. And so I was able to use my wife. And again, I couldn't tell her what it was. What is this? It's a skin serum. It's a surprise. Try it. So she trusts me after 27 years, and she tried it and got great results. And yeah.
Those are incredible results. And I did take a before picture. I have to take an after. I have gotten so many compliments on my skin. It's, you know, I work at the chiropractic office. I'm interacting with people, and they said, LJ, your skin is so clear. It's so much brighter. I even had some, you know, wrinkles diminish a bit. And not to mention that I feel a little bit different. Very even keel. You mentioned the mood. It just seems that I've been feeling, you know, an enhanced sense of well-being. That's the best way I could describe it. And honestly, sleep, we were talking about sleep before. Sleep has shifted for me too. So not just, you know, you look good and you feel good. I want everybody to use it.
I think my sleep, because I take a sleep product, but I think that my sleep has improved with this. I think some nights I don't even need that, you know, sleep through the alarm type of thing.
And perhaps it has to do with the serotonin and dopamine, everything, you know, DHEA, what we were just talking about. So yeah, let's we could bring on our guests for this evening. We have Kim from Pennsylvania. She's near me. And we have Leanne from Colorado. We have Dr. Hong from Australia joining us. And she said she's coming from the future.
Ladies, do you want to turn your cameras on?
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to start with Kim. And Kim, would you please share, your experience with three, how long you've been on the products, and also your Visage testimonial too?
Absolutely. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kim. I live pretty close to Allentown, right? Not right in Allentown, but outside. And I know Laura because I went to her chiropractic office. And my whole life, I've really always been into natural health solutions, vitamins, things like that. I've always went to chiropractors, acupuncturists. I've never really had any serious issues in my life, but I had chronic things. Like I just, would go through periods of my life that I didn't feel 100%. So it was last December, and Laura introduced me to three, and I said yes right away. And I've been taking the products since December. And some of the issues that I've had, even when I was a child, like as a kid, like I always had severe stomach problems. I had to be really careful over what I ate. And even if I ate something that wasn't bad, I could still get a stomach ache from it. And I have to say, I have not had a stomach ache since I've been taking three. It's so helped my digestive process. I'm never bloated after I eat. And that to me is worth $1 million because it really affected my life. Something else that always was chronic for me that would come and go is I would get foggy head. And I don't know if it was because I was having stomach problems, but I don't have foggy head at all anymore. So that's great. I feel really good on the products. Since I've been taking them, I've lost 15 pounds, which I'm very happy about, which also makes me feel good. But with the Visage, I went to the convention in August, and when I was there, I was really excited about it. So I bought it when I was there, started using it right away. That was in August. In September, I went to my friend's daughter was getting married. So I went to her shower, which I hadn't seen her in several years. And she walked up to me and grabbed me by the arm and she goes, "What did you do?" I go, "What do you mean?" She's like, "You don't have any wrinkles." I go, "It's a new serum." And she's like, "Oh, that's BS." And I was like, "Really? It is." So she thought like I did something surgically, since I've
Oh,
seen her last, which I have not. So, um, and another benefit too, if you saw my picture that comes on Zoom, in that picture, I had hair extensions, because my hair just wasn't growing. I swear it's been years since my hair's grown at a normal rate. So a couple months ago, I just took them out and my hair it was really bad. Like I had no volume down here at all. My hair just wasn't growing. So I had went to another wedding, maybe 2 months ago, and I had this hair piece and my hairdresser put it in my hair and blah, 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 blah. But then I had another wedding this past weekend and I had my hairdresser do the same thing. And I was like, "Oh, I like so much better the way it looks this time." And she goes, "You have so much more hair. Your hair is so healthy, like the layers have grown out." So she's like, "I had so much more to work with." So, my hair is finally growing again. So, which is great. So,
Wow.
yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
so much. It
Incredible
sometimes
product.
sometimes I get a little speechless. I really do because it really there's so many benefits. It's like the list is so long.
It,
Dr. Sabo, do you find that yourself too? What do you
yeah,
think
well,
about Kim's
I
sharing?
wrote down a few of them. There was the improvement in the gut, you know, definitely with our products. The weight loss I talked about a little bit before with the GLP-1. Also, if you take Purify and you detox with the Purify, sometimes people can't lose weight because they're toxic.
yeah.
So those factors may have been. And the Visage with the hair, I mean, I've heard people taking the collagen product, and again, it affects the skin hair. It's the skin, hair, and nails that it improves. But yeah,
Well, it is funny.
congratulations.
I feel like my hair over, recently, like the past few months, has really started to grow.
Hmm.
I mean, it was really a bad product. I felt like I was growing out a bad haircut for 5 years.
Oh.
So,
Well, I'm happy.
yeah, I'm happy too.
I'm
I'm
so happy for you too.
Yeah, it's great.
So glad you said yes. And
I am too.
You were ready for some life-changing experiences.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Thank you, Kim, so much for sharing.
my pleasure.
Next up, we have Leanne from Colorado. Leanne has had life-changing shifts from these products, and I can't wait to hear what she has to say. So welcome, Leanne.
Thank you. Yeah. As Laura said, I'm currently just a little outside of Boulder right now. I work primarily in Boulder, Colorado. So I'm 28 years old. And I started my 3 journey as well about a year ago, thanks to Laura here. um, so I pretty much started, my reason why was I was really tired of feeling tired, and I was taking 20 plus supplements a day just to function really. So it was, when Laura reached out to me, it was really just kind of a lifeline at a perfect moment for sure. So to kind of give a little backstory on myself, I used to be a pretty vibrant, active person. I used to love hiking, going to the gym. I played sports all through college. And then when I moved to Colorado in 2020 is kind of when my health took a pretty drastic turn, and I had a lot of new health symptoms that I never had before. So I developed pretty much a handful of new food intolerances as well as stomach cramps almost every time I ate food in general. Kind of the same thing with the gut health there. As well as just random symptoms like vertigo, tinnitus, constant headaches, a lot of weight loss that I didn't need to lose. So I felt like I was truly missing out on life and just being able to enjoy it. So I sought out help from a lot of different doctors, way too many doctors, to be honest, and all came back with either like inconclusive test results or just they, fed me medication to pretty much minimize each symptom rather than getting to the root of the issue. So I was kind of in a vicious cycle of just exhaustion and frustration at that point in my life. I was never going out, and all I wanted to do was lay on the couch. So on top of that, my job is really taxing. So it got so bad that I had to get a doctor's note to cut down my work hours, which kind of put me in a financial hole. So just all of life was really just coming down on me. And honestly, that is when Laura reached out to me to introduce me to these products. So after fighting that for about 3 years, and being introduced to these supplements and this community, I kind of fast forward in the last year now. I used to get sick pretty much every other month, if not more. And I haven't been sick, knock on wood, in over 10 months now, which just feels amazing to not have to get sick that often. On top of that, we did, my partner and I did a 75 hard challenge. For those of you who don't know, it's kind of like a very intense lifestyle and like workout regimen for 75 days straight. And it was intense, but I was able to do it, which felt great for the first time in a long time. I could finally eat the majority of the foods again that used to make me sick. I got a promotion a couple months ago and now am thriving running my own store in Boulder, keeping up with the high-paced environment. So it's just really took a full 180 in life in the last year. So I don't only feel healthier, I just feel my healthiest. And side note, we actually ran out of the supplements last week, and my body has been craving them. But it's great that my body doesn't like tank anymore. I never go below average anymore if I'm not taking them for a little bit of time. And then I just rise above that and feel way above average when I am taking them. So yeah, I was super eager to kind of share my story here because I feel like it really has fully turned around for me, for all these doctors not being able to tell me what was going on. And now I'm doing the things that bring me joy that I didn't have the energy to do before. So yeah, thank you for letting me share here. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. What a gift that you're giving others by sharing your results and how much it has impacted your life. There's something about the quality of life versus the quantity, and you've certainly got your quality of life back, and it's priceless.
Yeah, it really is.
It's so neat to see how vibrant you've become.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how down you were, like you said, you were really down and out, and that light is back on.
Yeah, it is.
Dr. Sabo, do you have any follow-up to that amazing testimonial?
Yeah, that's really terrific. So happy for you. And I've never been to Boulder, Colorado, but I understand there's lots of great outdoor activities over there. And so
Mhm.
for you
Yeah.
to be fatigued, sleeping on a couch at the age of 28, I mean, that's not normal.
Yeah.
And so you talked about a couple things. Again, you talked about the gut and being sick and how this has helped improve your gut. And again, the same as the last person, it's our supplements. And as far as energy, I've heard a lot of people saying that they take the Vitalite, the multivitamins, and they get a lot of energy with that. So probably that's from that.
Mhm.
Practice members in our office have asked, is there caffeine in those pills? Because I'm feeling so much energy.
So should we move on for our third one?
Yes.
Third testimonial. And I'm going to introduce Dr. Carolyn Hung. As I mentioned earlier, I had the privilege of meeting her in Hong Kong at the aha moment. So that was quite a convention there. Dr. Hung has been in healthcare in Australia for over 40 years. She's been a dental surgeon for 15 years. She's, and correct me if I'm wrong, the first female CEO of the Dental Association in Australia. And Dr. Hung is going to talk about her experience with three, and I believe Visage, correct?
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Dr. Sabo. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share my story and to be on the same platform. I love listening to the testimonials from Kim and Leanne and also LJ, Dr. Sabo. I've heard your story. I've been a fan and a follower. My husband and I have been a fan and follower of your work for a number of years and love what you and Gladys represent as like a super couple. So you are like our role models in a way. So my husband, Andrew, and I actually was introduced into 3 International last year by a very good friend and trusted someone we highly respect from the US. So we jumped in mostly for the products initially. And we had, both of us had our fair share of health challenges. Outwardly, we don't show it. We tend to ignore it, hide it, and didn't pay a lot of attention to it. And I actually, looking back, knowing what I know now, if I didn't make a change when I had a chance to sit down and reassess our life going forward, I probably would be obese, mentally depressed, sick, all those things. But I'm not. I don't think my people would describe that of me. So my husband and I have been using the products for 20 months, and they have made, all the 6 products have made enormous transformation in our life in terms of quality. So for me personally, it healed my gut health completely. So I can relate to Leanne, and also all the other things that have happened through all the testimonials that have been shared. There's hundreds of testimonials shared over the last 20 months. I can relate to almost every single one of them. But I want to talk about Visage because it's the latest and the newest, and it is the only super serum neuro cosmetic that has ticked all the boxes to be listed on the PDR. Why the PDR is so important to me? Because I've been a health clinician I'm still registered. So I'm still registered after 40 years, although I don't practice clinically. So to me, the PDR is a trusted publication used by health professionals, including Dr. Sabo, and health professionals all around the world, especially those who studied in the US as well. We use a different publication. I think we're a little bit behind, but don't repeat that. So for me, it's a no-brainer. It gives me peace of mind. It gives credibility. And so it is very important that I'm using something that's got no toxins, is third-party tested, is innovative, it's proven to be good for, beneficial for human health. My husband and I actually have had our fair share of skin problems. I don't look it, but I do, because I was born in Asia. So I was born in Malaysia. And in Asia, as many of you have been there, you find people carry umbrellas and all that. But in Australia, it's a different culture, so you don't carry umbrella when it's summer. You go out, and also I didn't have didn't practice a lot of sun protection. But my husband has been an ocean boy since he was 10 years old. So we are both now in our 60s. And he had skin cancer lesions, precancerous lesions, and cancer lesions. And he had a number of surgeries and intervention. And since last year, I've put him all the products, and he has added quality in his healing, etc. But guess what? When it was launched, I was amongst the first in Australia to quickly put in and press the button, click to order them, and they came. And I think I'm probably amongst the first to receive them. And I said to my husband, "You got to use this. You got to use this, and all your lesions and all your sutures and all that." And he being very obedient and believe in me, he did that. And he said, "Darling, this is incredible. This stuff is incredible. The scars are diminishing, and also where the sutures are, I can't even see it. So it's actually working very fast. So it's not only working as proven by the science, so it does what it claims to do, but it's also quite fast relative to everything that he has tried. So he feels good. He looks good. People even compliment a man on how his skin looks. It's very rare. And people compliment me more often than before of how my skin look. I put only very light makeup today. And some people would say, "Oh, did you have any work done, Caroline?" I said, "What? No, I didn't have any work." I said, "You put your hand here, pinch my cheek." I said, They're real. No, there's no Botox, no fillers, nothing. Is there really? What are you using? Oh, is this neuro cosmetic? Try it. So we feel good, we look good, and so we're going to keep sharing that. We love the Visage, and thank you, Dr. Sabo. I love the transformation in Gladys as well, and I love to share a shout out from the rooftop everything that's good about the products in 3.
Mhm. Thank you, Dr. Hung. LJ, I've heard of people putting normally we put the Visage on, and by the way, for those of you who don't know, French, Visage means face. And so most of us put it on the face, but I've heard of people putting it on different types of lesions and stuff, and some people saying they tried everything and nothing works, and they put the Visage on and it helps them. And I don't know your thoughts on that.
Oh, I've heard that from numerous folks. Dr. Darren actually shared how he was putting it on the back of his hands and age spots have diminished. And I've seen some folks that we introduced to 3 and Visage have some before and afters that are incredible. The age spots have diminished, scars too. I've heard testimonials about scars. So Dr. Dan Gubler really put together a comprehensive serum.
Yeah, I like to add to what I forgot to say, because I'm actually finishing my 3rd bottle, right? And I'm on to my 4th bottle. How I use it in the morning, I use it in the afternoon, I use it at night. I use it on my neck, my face, my lips, my eyelids, and also the back of my hands. So I'm going to be probably using double the amount that most people do. Why do I do that? I'm in my 60s. I want to buy back time. I want to reverse age and age backwards faster. I have a lot of work to do, to reach that stage. So it's not about looking good, but it's also feeling good, and also overall the flow-on effects in relationships and how you show up in life, really.
3 times a day, LJ, instead of 2 times a day. That explains it.
I see. I have a feeling Dr. Carolyn is going to be the first person in a couple of days when the new products launch. She's like, I'm add to cart. I'm ready.
Yes, ready. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. I love your enthusiasm. So yeah, I guess we had a lot of great stories and sharing tonight. Thank you all for joining us on this Wellness Wednesday. Dr. Sabo, do you have anything else to add before we wrap up?
No, I think we have a great representative this evening with the testimonials about the what our products can help, and ending it with the Visage was terrific in light of the Visage launch this weekend.
Agreed. Wholeheartedly agreed. Thank you so much, Kim, Leanne, Dr. Carolyn, Dr. Sabo. Thank you so much for being on tonight. What a gift we're giving to everyone moving into the holiday season and into the new year. You know, I know a lot of folks really start analyzing their health at the beginning of the year. And, you know, we're on a mission to share with as many people as possible. So whoever invited you here tonight, or if you already are an active member of 3, you know, add Visage to your cart if you haven't already. And, you know, give it a shot, give it a try. And even some of the other products that you may have not thought of before, you know, maybe be open to do so now. And yeah, thank you everybody so much for joining us, and have a great night or a
Thank
great
you.
morning.
Thank you.